Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, we were here at Thanguihad, looking out over the forest toward the hill upon which Dol Guldur stands, the fortress of dark sorcery. Actually, Dol Guldur stands for the Hill of Dark Sorcery, doesn't it? So there you go. We had gotten here to I said Thangul had the closest of the elven outposts, the elven forts here to the borders of Dol Guldur itself. We are right here. You see our little red arrow right there below Gathburz. And we have been sent out. We have to come out into Gathburz, into this area, and find the 3 elven scouts who were sent out. In the last episode, of course, we gave the antidote to Mazog, hoping that Asiriel is going to survive the night. And in the meantime, we were told to come and gather the scouts so that we would be able to... there's a scout, but not the kind we're looking for. So that we would be able to have them ready for whenever we continued on, moving Mazog ever closer to Dol Guldur here so we can turn him in. So that's what we're going to do now. We are going to continue looking around through here. See all these burning fires or something about. We're going to be taking a look around, see if we can't find... the scouts. Imagine the easiest way is just going to be just traveling all about Gathburz here until we see little rings pop up on our mini map there. We may also see about gathering some of the skarn and all. I have also been busy. Oops, there we go. Got a marauder on us. I've been busy working on my prospecting skill and my forestry skill to the point where I can now get level appropriate items. That is a little bit tougher than normal here. Guess as we get closer, we're not really used to fighting the dark blues, are we? Especially not 2 at a time. We've been more used to the singles and the light blues lately, I think. Plus, I think I'm also considering my character that I play around with Mind Fiend. And we're in southern Eregion right now, fighting stuff that is generally pretty much light blue and green, so they tend to fall pretty quick, especially with especially when his hunter gets on the trail. But as you see, I'm able to collect the ilex branches and the skarn now, so I will be working on that, if for no other reason than to be able to send it off to my metalsmith and workers and all who actually use it. Let's see, where are we on our thing? Forester, yep, see, we're working on Supreme, which will be Ilex, and Prospector, we're working on the Supreme, which will be the Khazed, so we need the Khazed Skarn. Alright, so we're going to be looking around here, since we haven't actually been in this area before. Let's kind of keep our focus on the game here and not focused on trying to get the resources at the moment. As long as we're in Gathburz, we're doing okay. Couldn't figure out what that was at first. That is the elven outpost over there, isn't it? Okay. A lot of little forts and all about. And getting closer to where that evil tree is over there, aren't we? Siege engines. Ooh, there's a Kargul sentry and another one of the watching stones there. Have to be careful about that. Keep an eye out for those buggers. I'd forgotten about the Kargul back there at the tree. And it's, what kind of branches are those? Mirkwood Serpent. That's what kind of branch that is. I had forgotten about those guys at the Kargul there. Let's see if we can get maybe across this bridge. Maybe if we get closer to Dol Guldur itself, we'll find the scouts. Let's hope that they had the fortitude and the skills to get over there themselves. Is this something we can cross on? Let's see. No, this is like a Minecraft nether fort. Dead-end pathway here for some reason, without any way of getting up into it. And unfortunately, we just can't whip out our diamond pickaxe and go to work on it, can we? Quite a impressive wall there. Let's look upon the extents of Gathburz. Come on, don't get hung up on... Oops. Right, so dread, and evil presence. 170 shadow damage. Wow. We must be close to... getting close to something nasty here. Maybe the Kargul over there. Yep, Kargul sentry. We're going to have to be careful around those things. Looks like they have the power to affect us with an area effect even at that long a distance. I am impressed. I'm going to see if we can't move a little closer to the wall here. At the same time, trying to avoid... any being too close to any of these mobs while I do so. And I also have to say that I am rather impressed with the fact that Lord of the Rings here and Lord of the Rings Online, it's a complaint that I've heard voiced in games. I first heard it voiced in EverQuest back in the day, when it's like all the... Yeah, let's not get any closer to the Kargul over there. When it was like all the evil strongholds in the game were like ruins. You got over to the... the Over There. There was a zone called the Over There, which... if you rode there, if you went to the good guy side, it was... you got to ride on this fine, huge elven boat, which was splendiferous and the size of a city and had these huge translucent sails and was a work of beauty and all that. Don't remember what the name of it was. I do remember quite well, though, what the name of the boat that took you to the evil outpost was. And it was named the Bloated Belly. And it was basically this combination of shipwrecks that had all been kind of strapped together with bands, rusted iron bands. Wow, there's the gates. Don't think we want to get any closer to that at the moment. Remember, we're trying to get in Gathburz. Trying to find the scouts out here. We're not actually trying to get into the fortress itself. We will get a little closer to the gates, though, and take a look at them. You can see the watchers there on either side. And that looks like, is that... see the bodies in the Dol Guldur. Wow, look at that. I am impressed. Is that like the crown, maybe? The crown or the helmet of the Witch King here, perhaps? Is that what that's supposed to be? Or of the Necromancer? We'll go back to the days when Sauron ran it. Very impressive. Okay. But yeah, you had the bloated belly, which was a combination of several basically wrecked ships that had been kind of strapped together with iron bands and then strapped on top of a big iron raft, a big log raft. And it was ugly and horrible. And as one of my friends at the time said, why is evil, why is this game consider that evil is always ugly and ruined and falling apart? It's like evil people like nice stuff too. It was, ooh, there is a ring. It looks like we found one of them. It was nice, therefore, to one of the evil races, the Dark Elves. It was nice to get into their city. And their city was all full of glowing, like, neon lights and that sort of thing. And all the people in there dressed in these fine silk outfits and things. It was really quite nice. What is that? There's the other one, maybe? Solthal? Okay, so maybe they're in a line here. Maybe they're just all along this road. Here's Lakeland, anywhere. Let us go ahead and talk to him.
I will return to Ostgalath at once.
There has not been a great deal of activity beyond the walls of Dol Guldur, Gnarlo. By now they are surely aware of the Golden Host. Do they suspect any of its real purpose, I wonder? It is a great offensive, true, but do they suspect that we do not seek victory, that we are drawing their eyes to a point of our choosing rather than theirs? I will return to Osgalath at once. It is to be hoped that we have not alarmed the enemy overmuch, and we will catch them unaware in all respects. All right, very good. Let's head on down the hill and talk to our next one down here. This is Sulthul. Hello, Sulthul.
The Ashen Slades are blasted and dead, and the stench of evil is everywhere.
You got kind of a Bieber thing going on there. You have met me on my way back from the southern marches among the Ashen Slades. The land there is blasted and dead, and the stench of evil is everywhere. It appears that Gorothul has trained evil men in the arts he learned from his own master. They are seeking to bind fell spirits to their service in the far reaches of the Ashen Slades. I will return to Osgalath with my report of that place. All right, we found two of them. Now let's try and find Lamwin. Let's see. We found these two kind of along this road. Let's travel on this way and see if perhaps our other one might be along here too. Oh, and we'll go ahead and pull it up. You'll see we were right along this road here, coming down from the gate itself. Dol Guldur. So maybe the other one will be along this road this way. We will travel on along it and see. Maybe we will get lucky. I personally do not remember from ages past, and it does feel like it's been ages past. Nope, nothing along this road, and it does lead right on in there. So the third one isn't going to be quite as easy to find, I don't imagine. Went out that way. Let's circle off this way this time. Get a little further off from the road down here in these trees. Or perhaps on this road. But it was nice to be in Neriak, the city of the Dark Elves. And to have them understand that just because you're evil, remember, the evil doesn't think it's evil. Not usually. We don't have the, not usually in stories or real life or anything else. They generally think of Saruman. Saruman honestly thought that he was doing the right thing. He honestly thought that he had this great purpose, and that the ends justified the means. That he was going to free the races of men and elves, and particularly men, from the clutches of Sauron, and that if he had to break a few heads in order to do it, well, that's what he was going to do. It would all work out in the end. Yes, it was unfortunate that people had to be enslaved and that people had to be killed or abandoned or whatever, but it was just temporary. It was a means to the end, and the end that their sacrifice would be good. They never think they're evil. Very rarely do you get a Dr. Evil character sitting there twirling their mustache and laughing. That's why it's become such a cliche among the movies, especially comic movies. Think of just about any of the evil characters in any of, let's say, Mel Brooks movies. That's the thing. They know that they're evil. Sad Gulnir. They know they're evil, and they revel in it, and that's why they give those evil laughs and guffaws and twirl their mustaches and stuff like they were villains in a old 1930s silent movie. Something like The Perils of Pauline, perhaps. Okay. Oops. Another Kargul sentry. And, yep, there it was. Guess we finally got close enough to the Watcher or the Kargul or whatever it was there to trigger the effect. Glad we weren't any closer to the sentry whenever he triggered it. So I was a little curious there. I was just about to mention that, well, it doesn't seem to be affecting us quite as well as the others had. All right, Lamwin. Where are you, you damn overachiever? So I see your partners here. Didn't wander too far from base, but you, on the other hand, seem to have taken your scouting duties seriously. And have wandered out into the depths of Mirkwood here. Alright, let's head on up this way. Let's see what might be up this side. Map again? Nope, not floaty names. Map. There we go. Guess we'll continue following kind of along this wall here. I'm wanting to say that there's like an elven outpost or something along this side. Pel Umarth. Just had another sight, another flag light up inside. Don't think we were actually supposed to be close enough to be picking it up from the other side of the wall there. Now entering Dol Guldur. Well, that doesn't help us. We have definitely traveled a little too close. I wonder what the blue light means. I noticed it earlier whenever we were... Yeah, see? Some kind of effect that you get into whenever you get close to Dol Guldur or whatever. You get that blue light around you. I don't know if that is kind of a glow from my legendary item lighting up. There's the Ashen Slades he was talking about. Yet another part of Mirkwood that we will eventually travel into. Quite a messy place. And that's the one that I'm thinking of that has a lot of like wights and undead and spirits and that kind of thing wandering around in it. Alright, well, we're back in Gathburz. Let's continue along here. see if we can't find this scout. Ouch. Wasn't anticipating that slide to be quite so far. I'm glad it didn't continue right on down into the Ashen Slades there. We will continue along here, and I think y'all have seen what kind of territory we have around Dol Guldur here. So I will rejoin y'all in just a little bit whenever I find this missing scout of ours and show you where we found him. So I will see y'all then.